Hello everyone, and welcome to the live stream of The Scream. I am the hostess of this live stream. My name is Zinat, and I'm an art educator. And we're going to talk about The Scream today. So some of you might know this, some of you might not. But The Scream was actually missing from the museum for 2 whole years, along with the Madonna. So there were people who came in here with guns, and they stole the Scream and Madonna. They tore the paintings from the frames, threw them into the car, and ran off. And during those 2 years that the paintings were missing, we do not know what happened to them. But then, finally, they returned to us. And when they returned to us, we have someone here today to tell us how she received the painting. And that is our paper conservator, Gry Landro. Gry, welcome.
Hello, everyone.
So, what happened that day in 2006?
Well, the Scream had been missing for a long time when suddenly one day, out of the blue, we got news from the police that it was recovered and on its way back to the museum. When it arrived, it was taken to the storage area where we could come and have the first glimpse of it. And it was a very emotional and happy day, of course, and a big relief to finally have it back in our collection.
I believe that. And Gry, what sort of condition was the painting in when you received it from the police?
Well, the painting had suffered new damages to both the paint and the cardboard. But the most striking damage was the one in the lower left corner here. And in this area of the painting, you can see that the cardboard has a lighter hue than the rest of the painting, and it was confined by this dark, uneven tide line.
To me, this sort of looks like it's been exposed to some sort of liquid.
Yes, you're right. And that is what we had to find out about. In the beginning, we didn't know the nature of the liquid. And it was a concern that it could worsen the condition of the painting. But it was hard to identify the liquid by the means of chemical analysis because it had already evaporated. However, other tests that we did strongly indicated that this damage was caused by water.
Okay, so it's water, but that's good, isn't it?
Yes, definitely. Finding out that the damage was caused by water was a relief because water is not harmful to the materials in the painting as other liquids probably would have been. So from a conservation point of view, that was really good news. But we still had to consider if there was something to be done with the aesthetical appearance of the stain. But you know, the change of hue into a lighter one in this area is irreversible, which means that there is no treatment that can actually return it back to its original color. However, the brown tide line could in theory be reduced with water. But after testing various methods on mock-ups, it was concluded it was too risky because it could create more tide lines and further staining. So in short, since the stain was no threat to the overall condition of the painting when it's kept in a stable environment, and because treating the tide line would be too risky, then the stain and the tide line remains in the painting.
And what other damages did the painting receive back then?
Well, there were several areas with scratches, and you can see one here.
Yes.
In the Scream figure, and there's another one there, and some up here. When examining these scratches in the microscope, we could see fragments of loose paint and loose fibers from the cardboard. But not only that, we also discovered tiny pieces of glass or particles of glass, and you might wonder how they got there.
Yes.
Yes. They probably originated from the glazing of the painting, because we know that at some point this was broken by the thieves.
All right.
So it's likely that the glass, when it broke, at the same time then also it caused the scratches. Most of these glass particles were carefully removed before the loose paint and fibers were consolidated. But some of them were sitting very deeply into the cardboard and difficult to take out without causing more damage. So some of them are left in the painting.
So these damages that are inside of the painting now, they're a part of the history of the object, so to speak. Is that correct to say so?
I suppose you can put it that way. Speaking of the tideline, it was decided it was for the best not to treat it because it could potentially create more damage. But of course, if in the future a safe and new method arrives, then we will consider treating it.
Well, that's a very positive note to end on. Thank you so much, Gry, for this very insightful and fascinating story on the screen.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for following this small talk. Remember, follow this live stream to see future talks with different viewpoints on the screen. All right? See you then.